Okay, so this is topic 10 of the Revised Corporation Code on Capital Affairs. So a certificate of stock is the instrument issued for shares of stocks in a stock corporation. So yung certificate of stock is a piece of paper issued to a stockholder who has fully paid his subscription in a stock corporation. For the issuance of stock of a certificate of stock, it is required that the certificate of stock must be signed by the president or vice president and countersigned by the secretary or assistant secretary and sealed with the seal of the corporation in accordance with the bylaws of the corporation. So, ang daming pirma. So, as a condition for issuance, no certificate of stock shall be issued to a subscriber until the full amount of the subscription, together with interest and expenses in case of delinquent shares, and if any is due, has been paid. So, dapat fully paid talaga bago mabigyan ng certificate of stocks. Kung may restriction sa stock in a closed corporation, dapat naka-note doon sa certificate of stock. So, in a closed corporation, restrictions on the right to transfer shares must appear in the certificate of stocks. Dapat mag-appear din sa articles of incorporation and mag-appear din sa bylaws. Tatlo yung sulatan ng restriction. Sa stock, sa articles, at saka sa bylaws. So, what will happen if the certificate is destroyed or is lost? A specific procedure must be followed for issuing new certificates in lieu of those lost, stolen, or destroyed, involving the filing of sworn affidavit, dapat may sworn affidavit of loss, verification by the corporation, i-verify ng corporation kung totoong na lost or na-destroy, and most importantly, publication of notice na nawala yung certificate or na-destroy. I-publish once a week for 3 consecutive weeks in a newspaper of general circulation in the principal office location. So, magastos dito. Buti na lang sa principal's office location lang, hindi sa buong Pilipinas. So, a new certificate may be issued 1 year after the last publication. Ang tagal, 1 year. After sa last day of publication, provided no contest is presented or immediately if the owner files a sufficient bond. So kung gusto ng owner na magkaroon kaagad ng certificate of stock, magbigay siya ng bond. Ibig sabihin is an amount na in case may mag-claim na iba and then claim ng damages, pwede kunin doon sa bond. Kung walang bond, hintay siya ng 1 year bago siya mabigyan ng new certificate of stock. Watered stock. Ano yung watered stock? Watered stocks refer to share issued for insufficient consideration. Kulang ang pangbinayad. Stocks shall not be issued for consideration less than the par or issued price thereof. So, hindi pwede ipa-discount. May discount ang stocks. Dapat fully paid, pwede sobra, but not kulang. So, who is liable for water stock? Yung director at saka officer is jointly and severally liable to the corporation, to its creditors for the difference between the value received and the par value of stock if they consent to the issuance of stock for consideration less than its par or issued value, consent to the issuance of stocks for consideration other than cash, valued in excess of its fair value. Number 3, have knowledge of the insufficient consideration but fail to file a written objection with the corporate secretary. O pati yung may alam pero hindi naman nag-object, liable din. Okay, itong number 2, ibig sabihin yan, ang binayad sa stock is property. Tapos yung value ng property excessive. For example, yung property is worth 1 million lang tapos sabi ng mga director or officer na involved ay i-consider natin na 1.5 million yan. That is still considered insufficient consideration. So yung stock na na-issue na ang binayad is property na overvalued, water stock pa rin. So, Paano bayaran yung balance of subscription? A subscription contract is any agreement for the acquisition of an issued stock. Subscribers are liable for interest on all unpaid subscription from the sale of subscription as required by the contract or at a prevailing legal rate if no rate is fixed. So may interest ang subscription until paid. Call by the board. Yung subscription, ginakall yun ng board. Ibig sabihin, mangolekta ng board, mag-call na sila. The board of directors may at any time declare unpaid subscription due and demandable along with accrued interest. So pag nag-call na ang board, ibig sabihin nangongolekta na sila. Ano mangyari pag hindi nagbayad ng subscription? Even nag-call na ang board. Failure to pay the subscription on the date specified in the contract or the date stated in the call made by the board renders the entire balance due and payable. Due and payable na yung buong balance. Delinquency, kailan magiging delinquent ang subscription? If no payment is made within 30 days from the specified due date, all stocks covered by the subscription shall thereupon become delinquent. Kahit na may down payment, pero hindi na nabayaran yung balance, lahat ng stocks doon sa subscription na yon, kasi ang subscription is considered indivisible, ang buong subscription is declared delinquent. Anong gawin sa delinquent na subscription? Ibenta. Sale of delinquent shares. Once stocks become delinquent, the board of directors may order their sale by resolution. Take note of this procedure class kasi importante itong sale of delinquent shares. So anong procedure dyan? Hindi nabayaran yung subscription or yung balance hindi nabayaran. Yung buong subscription kasi indivisible will be declared delinquent tapos ibenta sa public auction. Ang procedure ito. The board resolution must state the amount due, which means subscription balance plus accrued interest, the time, date, and place of the auction sale, which must not be less than 30 days nor more than 60 days from the date the stock became delinquent. Notice and publication, kailangan mag-notify at saka i-publish ang auction sale. Notice of the sale with a copy of the resolution must be sent to every delinquent stockholder personally by registered mail and other means in the bylaws. And then the notice of sale must also be published once a week for 2 consecutive weeks in a newspaper of general circulation in the province or city of the principal office. Hindi sa buong Pilipinas, doon lang sa province or city where the principal office of the corporation is located. O yung auction, anong auction sale? The delinquent stock shall be sold at public auction to the bidder. Take note, who offers to pay the full amount due, including the balance, interest, cost, and expenses of the sale for the smallest number of shares or fraction of a share. Ano daw yun? For example, yung buong subscription, 100 shares. So yung buong 100 shares, considered delinquent yun, ibibenta yun sa public auction. Ang bidder, kung gusto niya manalo, okay, bayaran niya ang balance, yung interest, yung cost, pati yung expenses ng sale, including yung pag-publish, bayaran niya yun. Tapos, magkuha lang siya ng portion lang ng stocks. Di ba, 100 yung delinquent stock. Sabi niya, bayaran ko lahat. Kukunin ko 50 lang. Yung isang bidder, sabi niya, bayaran ko lang lahat. Kukunin ko 20 lang. O, as between the two, ang mananalo yung 20. Kasi, for the smallest number of shares, bayaran lahat, pero for the smallest number of share. Paano yun? Halimbawa, nanalo yung 20 lang makuha niya na share. Paano mangyari sa 80 na shares na natira? Dito sa sunod na slide. Title and certificates. The purchase stock is transferred to the bidder and the certificate is issued in their favor. The remaining shares, yung 80, 'Di ba 20 lang binayaran niya lahat pero 20 lang kinuha ng buyer. Ang 20 sa kanya mapunta, yung 80 mapunta doon sa delinquent stockholder. Gano'n ang delinquency sale, ha? Very important. Very important 'yun. Magkaroon pa rin ng share yung delinquent stockholder. Kung ano yung natira. He is entitled to a certificate for those shares. The corporation can also bid for the shares if there are no other bidders. The total amount due is credited as fully paid kung nanalo ang corporation kasi walang bidder, and that the shares will be considered part of the treasury shares of the corporation. Anong effect ng delinquency? Delinquent stock shall have no voting right. During delinquency, shall have no voting right, and the holder is not entitled to any stockholder right except to the right to dividends, which must be applied to the balance. Okay, so cash dividends on delinquent stock must first be applied to the unpaid subscription plus balance expenses. Ito yung effect pag delinquent yung stock. Pero pag nabenta na sa public auction at na-issue na sa bagong buyer at saka yung remaining punta na doon sa stock sa delinquent stockholder, may rights na yun kasi fully paid na nga. Itong effect ng delinquency, ito yung effect habang hindi pa nabebenta sa public auction yung shares of stocks na delinquent. Pwede ba i-question yung auction? Yes. An action to recover delinquent stocks sold due to irregularity or defect in the notice of sale must be filed within 6 months from the date of sale. And the plaintiff, yung nagreklamo, must first pay that or tender the amount for which the stock was sold plus interest. So, pwede magreklamo basta within 6 months from the date of sale at saka i-deposit niya yung amount or i-tender niya yung amount for the stock for the amount which was the amount na nabenta plus interest yung stock. Alienation of shares. Pwede ba i-transfer sa ibang tao yung shares ng stockholder? Yes naman. Shares of stocks are considered personal property. So, pwede i-transfer. Ito yung mechanism. Transfer is effected by delivery of the certificate or certificate endorsed by the owner or legal representative. So, kung gusto mo i-transfer sa ibang tao yung certificate of stocks mo, ibigay mo sa kanya ang certificate of stock with the endorsement of the owner. Okay, parang cheque, in-endorse. So, validity. The transfer is valid only between the parties until it is recorded in the books of the corporation showing the party's name, date, and the number of shares transferred. So, kung sino yung nakatanggap ng certificate of stock mo na binenta mo siguro or i-transfer mo, may endorsement ng dating stockholder, dapat i-surrender niya yun sa corporation para mag-issue ng bagong, i-cancel yun, mag-issue ng bagong certificate sa bagong may-ari. Unless hindi pa ginagawa yon, hindi na record sa books of the corporation. So far as the corporation is concerned, yung dating may-ari pa rin ang nakasulat doon sa books ng corporation. Okay? So dapat i-surrender yun sa corporation ng new owner. Restriction on transfer. No shares of stocks against which the corporation holds any unpaid claim shall be transferable in the books of the corporation. So kung hindi pa nabayaran yung stocks, yung subscription, hindi pa pwede transfer. Okay? Hindi pa pwede transfer. Kasi pwede pa yun kunin ng corporation at ibenta sa public auction. Sa closed corporations, pwede may restriction on on share transfer. Basta nakasulat sa article, sa bylaws, and the certificate of stock, tatlo palagi yun sa closed corporation. Dapat nakasulat doon ang mga restriction para maging binding sa purchaser in good faith. Restrictions cannot be more onerous than granting the corporation or existing stockholders the first option to purchase the shares. So ano yung corporate books and records? Ito yung mga corporate books and records na dapat i-keep sa principal office, hindi sa bahay ng officers or ng director. Every corporation must keep and carefully preserve at its principal office all information relating to the corporation, including but is not limited to, number 1, articles of incorporation and bylaws and all their amendments. Dapat may kopya yan sa principal office. Number 2, current ownership structure, voting rights, including list of stockholders, members, group structures, intra-group relations, ownership data, and beneficial ownership. Number 3, names, addresses of all board members and executive officers. Number 4, a record of all business transactions. Number 5, a record of all resolutions of the board and stockholders and members. Copies of the latest reportorial requirements submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. The minutes of all meetings of the stockholders, members, or the board of directors, trustees, detailing the time, the place, the authorization, notice given, agenda, attendance, and all acts done or ordered. And number 8, the stock and transfer book, which must be kept by the corporation at the principal office or office of its stock transfer agent. Ang stock transfer book, ito yung book na kasulat doon kung sino yung mga stockholders at kanino nila transfer if na-transfer. Kaya stock and transfer book. So itong 8 na documents na ito, this I consider the corporate books and records na dapat i-keep doon sa principal office. Take note. Okay. So when you say corporate books, hindi lang accounting books ha, pati ito lahat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right to inspect corporate books, yung stockholders sa trustees, pwede nila inspect yung mga records na yun, yung walo. So corporate records, regardless of the form in which they are stored, shall be open to inspection by any director, trustee, stockholder, or member of the corporation in person or by representative at reasonable hours on business days. Take note always, an inspection of corporate records must be during reasonable hours and on business days. So, ano ang mode of request niyan? Inspection may be requested in writing and the inspecting party may demand copies or excerpts at their expense. So, pwede naman sila mag-photocopy basta silang gagastos. O may limitations din sa inspection. The right to inspect is subject to confidentiality rules under the Data Privacy Act and the Intellectual Property Code. So, pag na-violate ang Data Privacy Act at saka Intellectual Property Code, hindi pwede i-inspect. So furthermore, a requesting party shall have no right to inspect if they are not a stockholder or member of record. Of course, hindi siya pwede mag-inspect. If the party requesting the inspection is a competitor, director, officer, controlling stockholder, or otherwise represents the interests of a competitor, a person who improperly used information secured from prior examinations, and a person not acting in good faith or for a legitimate purpose. So, bawal ito sila mag-inspect ng records. Yung financial statements, a corporation must furnish a stockholder member within 10 days of written request its most recent financial statement. So, pwede i-request yun ng stockholder or member. Anong effect if nag-refuse na-refuse ang stockholder member to inspect? The unjustified failure or refusal by the corporation or those responsible for the records to allow inspection or reproduction constitutes an offense. Anong liability? Any officer or agent who refuses inspection or reproduction shall be liable to the director, trustee, stockholder, or member for damages. So, pwede sila pailan ng kaso for damages. Anong penalties? The person refusing inspection or reproduction shall be guilty of an offense punishable by a fine ranging from 10,000 pesos to 200,000 pesos. If the violation is injurious or detrimental to the public, the fine ranges from mas malaki 20,000 pesos to 400,000 pesos. Anong liability ng board? If the refusal is made pursuant to a board resolution, the liability for damages shall be imposed upon the directors or trustee who voted for such refusal. Anong pwede gawin ng Securities and Exchange Commission? If the corporation denies or does not act on the demand for inspection, the aggrieved party may report it to the SEC. Pwede magsumbong sa SEC kung hindi pinayagan yung inspection of records. The SEC must then conduct a summary investigation within 5 days of the report and issue an order directing the inspection or reproduction. So pag nagsumbong ka sa SEC, kasi na-deny ka, pwede ka i-grant ng SEC ng order directing the corporation or the board na pwede mo i-inspect o i-reproduce ang records. That is the end of topic number 10 on capital affairs.